Good morning, students. This is Sivakrishna from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, TBS Institute of Technology, Kavali. Today I am going to presentation on process management. Subject name is total quality management. So this is the second unit. So you can start the second unit in process management. Management process. So what is management process? Management process is defined as the process composed of interrelated social and technical functions and activities, including roles. So it is the process of the composed of integrated social technical functions and activities. So it includes the roles also occurring in a formal organization settings for the purpose of accomplishing predetermined objectives through the utilization of human and other sources. So according to Dr. E. McFarland, management process is the distinct process by which the managers create, direct, maintain, and operate purposive organization through schematic, coordinated, and cooperative human effects. So, according to Farland method, the management process is the distinct process. So, we can create the managers and direct, maintain, and operate purposive organization through systematic, coordinated, and cooperate human effects. So these are all the McFarland management processes. So according to Gemp or Terry, management process is a distinct process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling performed to determine the accomplished objectives by the use of people and other sources. So coming to the Terry management process, he distinguished the process according to the planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling. So these four performed to the people and other resources. Elements are components of management process. The essential elements or components of management process are four, which are actually basic functions of management. So what are the basic functions of the management are? Planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So these are all the four basic functions in management. So we may add some more elements in the management process as follows. So it will be added some more management processes. So what are they? Motivating, coordinating, staffing, and communicating. So actually essential components in the management are established in four basic principles. So the four basic principles are planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. So it can add some more elements in the management process are motivating, coordinating, staffing, and communicating. Lothar Gerlich gave a new formula to suggest the element of management process, that is basic functions of management. According to him, management process may be indicated by the Worrell parts group. So this is the short form, so we can recognizing his principle part crop. So here P means state of planning, O for organizing, So D for directing, so S for staffing, CO for coordinating, R for reporting, and B for budgeting. Gurlitt coined the word Podscrop to suggest 7 functions of the management. So these are all the total 7 functions of the management. So planning, organizing, directing, staffing, coordinating, reporting, budgeting. So we can recognizing these names of Podscrop. So this is the order to recognizing the management functions. So what is management process? So you can see the block diagram. So the inputs and outputs it will be used for the management process. So inputs are men, money, materials, machinery, methods, and market. So these are all the inputs. So for coming to the management process, so the management process we can manage the planning, organizing, leading, motivating, controlling, staffing. So these 6 functions those are organized in the management process. So finally, the output is objective end results. So when management process is, you can see the block diagram of the management process. So input, output, and when two input and output manage middle of the management process. So the input is the main money, materials, machinery, methods, and market. So these inputs are chosen to the management process in planning and leading, controlling, organizing, motivating, staffing. So these are all the management process. Finally, the output is end results. So these are the management process. Some elements of management functions of management processes. So what are the elements? Say in the management process. So in the middle of the achievement of objectives. So what are the achievements of objectives? So we are arranging the order. So what is the order is? So it has 8 steps. So 8 steps to the functions of the management to achieve the objectives. So what are the 8 steps are? Planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, controlling, motivating, staffing, communicating. So these are all the 8 functions of the management. It can be planned to the organization to the achievements of the organization goals. So we can discuss it one by one. So first one is planning. Planning is the primary function of the management. It involves determination of the course of action to achieve desired result or objectives. So planning is the starting point of the management process, and all other functions of management are related to and department on planning functions. Planning is the key to success, suitability, and prosperity in business. It acts as a tool for solving the problems of business unit. It helps to visualize the future problems and keeps management ready with possible solutions. So coming to the organizing, organizing means bringing the resources. So what are the resources are? Men, materials, machineries, etc. together and use them properly for achieving the objectives. So organizing the bringing the resources. So what are the resources are? Men, materials, machinery. So it's together to work them properly to achieve the organization goals of the next organization is a process as well as it is a structure. Organizing means arranging ways and means for execution of a business plan. It provides suitable administrative structure and facilitate execution of proposed plan. Organizing involves departmentalization, establishing span of control, delegation of authority, establishment of superior subordinate relationship, and provision of mechanism for coordination of various business activities. So these are all the organization. So next, coming to the staffing. Staffing refers to provision of manpower for the execution of a business plan. So it refers to the provision of manpower and execution of the business plan. So this is the staffing plan purpose. Staffing function is used. Staffing involves recruitment, selection, appraisal, remuneration, and development of personnel. So in staffing, it will be involves the recruitment process, selection process, appraisals, remuneration, and development for our personnel. The need of staffing arises in the initial period and also from time to time for replacement and also along with expansion and diversification of business activities. Every business unit needs efficient, stable, and cooperate staff for the management of business activities. Manpower is the most important aspect of a business unit. In many organizations, manpower planning and development activities are entrusted to personnel manager or HRD manager. Right man for right job is a basic principle in staffing. So this is all the staffing process. Next, go to the directing or leading. Directing deals with guiding and instructing people to do the work in the right manner. Directing is the responsibility of managers at all levels. They have to work as leaders of their subordinates. Clear plans and sound organization set the state, but it requires a manager to direct and lead his men for achieving the objectives. It involves raising the morale of subordinates. It also involves communicating, leading, and motivating. Leadership is essential on the part of managers for achieving organizational objectives. Next, coordinating. Effective coordination and also integration of activities of different managements or different departments are essential for ordinary working of an organization. So coordination is the most important for the all employees in the effective organization. So it will be achieved in the different departments, and especially for ordering working on an organization. A manager must coordinate the work from which he is accountable. Coordination is essential at all levels of management. So coordination is the most important for the all levels in the every management process. So it gives one clear-cut direction to activities of individuals and departments. It also avoids misdirection and wastage and brings unity of action in the organization. So coming to the controlling continuation. So controlling involves three board aspects. So what are the three board aspects are? Establishing standards of performance, measuring work in progress, and interpreting results achieved and taking corrective action if required. Managers have to exercise effective control in order to bring success to a business plan. Controlling in a continuous activity of a supervisory nature. Next, coming to the motivating. So, motivating is a process through which a manager motivates. He is meant to give their best to the organization. So, when motivating the employees, this is the management process. Motivation, the process which manager motivates the employees. So, he gives the 100% result in the organization goals. It means to encourage people to take more interest and initiative in the work assigned. Organization prosper when the employees are motivated through special efforts, including provision of facilities and incentives. Motivation is actually inspiring and encouraging people to work more and can contribute more to achieve organizational objectives. So it is a psychological process of great significance. Next, coming to the communicating. So communicating is necessary for the exchange of facts, opinions, ideas, and information between the individual and departments. So communication process is the most important for entire organization. In this organization, it has communicate the facts, opinions of the other employees, so ideas and information between the individuals and departments. So especially when everyone has one idea, so this will be opinions. Idea will be expressed for the organization for increasing the management goals. In the organization, communication is useful for giving information, guidance, and instructions. Managers should be good communicators. They have to use major portion of their time on communication in order to direct, motivative, and coordinative activities of the subordinates. People think and act collectively through communication. So, according to Louis Allen, communication involves a controlling, systematic and continuing process of telling, listening, and understanding. So, this is the communication process. Next, coming to the quality management system. So, QMS. So, what is the quality management system? The quality management system is formalized system and documents, process, procedures, and responsibilities for achieving quality policies and objectives. A QMS helps to coordinate and direct an organization's activities to meet customer and regulatory requirements and improve its effectiveness and efficiency on the continuous basis. So next, what is the purpose of QMS? The quality management systems have served many purposes, including improving process, facilitating and identifying training opportunities, engaging staff, setting organization wide direction. So these are the purpose of the quality management systems. So next, benefits of quality management system. What are the benefits in the quality management system? So implementing a quality management system affects very aspect of an organization's performance. Two overachieving benefits of quality management system include, so it has to over achieving benefits. So what are the achievement benefits are? Meeting the customer's requirement, meeting the organization's requirement. So coming to the meeting customers' requirements, which helps to install confidence in the organization, in turn leading to more customers, more sales and more repeat business. So these are the customer requirements. So meeting the organization requirements when ensures compliance with regulations and provision of products and services in the most cost and resource efficient manner, creating room for expansion, growth and profit. So these are all the organization requirements. So next, elements and requirements of a quality management system. So what are the elements and requirements of the quality management system? So general elements QMS includes the organization quality policies and quality objectives, quality manual, procedures, instructions and records, data management, internal processes, customer satisfaction from quality, product quality, improvement opportunities, quality analysis. So these are all the general 8 elements of quality management systems. So each element of the quality management system serves a purpose towards the overall goals of meeting the customers and organization requirements. Ensuring each of the elements of the QMS is present ensures proper execution and functions of the quality management systems. Establishing and implementing QMS. So what are the establishing and implementing the quality management systems? Establishing a quality management system help organization run effectively. Before establishing a quality management system, the organization must identify the manage various connected multifunctional purposes to ensure customer satisfaction is always the target achieved. So the basic steps of implementing a quality management system are as follows. So what are the basic steps to implement in the quality management systems? Design, build, develop, control, measure, review, improve. So these are all the basic steps to improve implementing the quality management systems. So coming to the design and build. The design and build portions serve to develop the structure of a QMS, its process and plan for implementation. Senior management must oversee this portion to ensure the need of the organization and need of its customers are a driving force behind the system development. So this is the design and build. Next, coming to the develop. So development is the best served in the granular fashion, that is breaking each process down into sub process and educating staff on documentation, education, training tools and metrics. Company intranets are increasingly being used to assist in the development of quality management systems. So these are the development of quality management system. Next, coming to the control and management. So control and management are two areas of establishing a quality management systems that are large accomplished through routine systematic audits of the quality management system. The specific vary greatly from organization to organization depending on size, potential risk and environmental impact. So these are all the control and management process. Next, go to the review and implement. So review and implement deals with how the results of the audit are handled. So the review implement deals with how the results of an audit are handled. The organizations are to determine the effectiveness and efficiency of each process towards its objectives, to communicate these findings to the employees, and to develop new best practices and process based on the data collected during the audit. So this is review and implement. Next, coming to the ISO family. So what is the ISO family? So in ISO 9000 to 2005 consists of three areas. In ISO 9000 to 2005, organization quality management systems. In quality management systems, it will be converted to the fundamentals and vocabulary. So in coming to ISO 9001 to 2008, so this one also the quality management system. So it will be required to the required for certification. So in certification means management responsibility, resource management, product services realization, management analysis, improvement. So these are all the ISO 9001 to 2008 PMS requirements. Next, last one is the ISO 9004 to 2009. So quality management systems guidelines for performance improvement. So these are all the ISO families consist in three areas. In ISO 9000 to 2005, 9001 to 2008, ISO 9004 to 2009. So coming to the ISO 9001 to 2008, ISO 9001 is a quality management. Quality refers to all those features of the products or services which are required by the customer. So quality management means when the organization does to ensure that its products and services satisfy the customer's quality requirements and company with any recognitions applicable to those products or services. So quality management also means what are the organization does to enhance customer satisfaction and achieve customer improvement and its performance. So this is the ISO 9000 to 2008. So this continuation in ISO 9001 is a generic standards. So generic means that the same standards can be applied. So what is the generic mean? So it is when 9001 standards will be applied in the same standards of the generic products to any organization. So in generic organizations, sir, it has any organizations, large or small, whether it's products or service, whatever it is, products or services, in any sector of activities, and whether it is a business enterprise, a public administration, or a government department. In generic means that the same standards can be applied. So it will be the any organization. So organization means a small or large organization, whatever, and its product and services. So sectors means any activities, whether it is business enterprises or public administration or a government department. So next, coming to the management system. So what are the management systems? The management systems means what the organization does to manage its processes or activities in order that its product or services meet the organization objectives such as satisfying the customer quality requirements, compelling or recognition, compiling to regulations or meeting environmental objectives. So these are all the management systems. To be really efficient and effective, the organization can manage its way of doing things by systemizing it. Nothing important is left out. Everyone is clear about who is responsible for doing what, when, how, why, and where. Management system standards provide the organization with an international state of the act model of state of the act to flow. This is the management system. Next, continuation of the management system in ISO 9001 concerns the way an organization goes about its work. They are not product standards, they are not service standards, they are process standards. They can be used by product manufacturers and service providers. In ISO 9001 gives the requirements for what the organization must be managed processes affecting quality of its products and services. Next, go to the certification and registration. The certification is known as registration in some countries. In an independent external body has audited an organization management system and verified that it conforms to the requirements specified in the standards in ISO 9001. So what are the benefits? The major reasons why many companies want ISO 9001 certificate is that they want to portray themselves as a worthy company to do business with. Many of them do not really realize the benefits, some direct and other indirect. So what are the direct benefits? Improved customer satisfaction, improved quality of products and services, employee satisfaction and more commitment to the organization, better management and a more effective organization, improve relations with suppliers, improved promotions of corporate image. So these are all the direct benefits. So coming to indirect benefits, it helps companies to review business goals and accesses how well the organization is meeting those goals, identifying processes that are unnecessary or inefficient, and then remove or improve them, review the organizational structure, clarifying managerial responsibilities, improve internal communication and business and process interface, improve staff morale by identifying the importance of their outputs to the businesses and by involving them in the review and improvement by their work. Next, QMS principles. So what are the quality management system principles? Any organization can benefit from implementing ISO 9001 and its requirements are underpinned by 8 management principles. So what are the 8 management principles? Are a customer focused organization, leadership, the involvement of people, ensuring a process approach, a systematic approach to management, a factual approach to decision making, mutually beneficial supply relations, continuous improvement. So these are all the 9 quality management principles. So 4 levels in the document. So what are the 4 levels in the documents are? Quality manual is the first type, procedures is the second type, work instructions is the third type, documents, forms, records in the fourth type. So these are all the 4 types in the to level the documentation. So quality manual, procedures, work instructions, documents, forms, records. So what is a quality manual? A quality manual is the main total level document which establishes the quality policies and objectives of an organization. So this is the quality manual. So quality manual is the top level document which establishes the quality principles and objectives of an organization. Next, basic quality manual outline. So what are the basic quality manuals in outlines are? Introduction, policies and objectives, definition, quality systems, authorization and activities, responsibilities, documentation with change, purchasing, inspection and testing, training. So these are all the basic quality management outline. Next, advantages in quality manual. To prevent risk, to detect deviations, to correct errors, to improve efficiency, to reduce cost, to meet customer needs, to market company. So these are the advantages of quality manual. Thank you.